Hi folks, this is Steve Donovan. We're going to cover today a session on campaign statistics and how they're made visible in Campaign Manager. So first we're going to log in and the home page effectively that you see here gives you an overview of a set of campaigns. So effectively this stat here is the total number of outbound calls today. This stat is how many of those calls were answered and the percentage that constitutes. This stat here is the number of decision makers that have been connected to from those answered calls. So in effect, 38.2% of 110 is 42 decision making contacts out of 110 answered calls. This stat here is the number of sales, the number of conversions. So 31% of 42 is 13 sales made out of those decision maker contacts. And that information is also shown here by campaign here. So you can see the total number of calls, how many of them were answered, how many of them were decision maker contacts, and how many of those were sales. This stat here is how many records are loaded into the campaign, and of those records, how many of them are valid to dial. It may well be that several of these records have been completed, so there's no need to call them now. Consequently, that stat is lower than this stat here. It will also give us the quantity of callbacks that are due, and it sets it down in stages here. So in this campaign there's 3 calls that are due now, there's 1 call in 30 minutes, and there's another call due in 60 minutes. And if I want to drill into a particular campaign's stats, I can drill in here and see the performance of this campaign in more detail. So these are the completed calls, these are the recycled calls, and this is the record status. So this is telling us there's 4,140 records in total, and we can see that 43 of them have been completed, the rest have not yet been dialed. Of the ones that have been completed, this is the split of disposition codes that were set in a campaign. So the general idea is that it makes it visible and easy for a small business to see what the performance of a particular campaign is. Thanks folks, and we will produce another video with more details on the system in due course. Thank you.